Beast.
What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another MYDAMNTOYS video. Tonight, we got the full WWE Hell in a Cell 2018 full show review. Tonight, you know, the pay-per-view did go down, and what I'm going to be doing is taking you through everything that happened at the show, my reactions, my thoughts on everything that took place. So with that being said, guys, let's start off with the first matchup. So things started out pretty hot, guys. We had the first matchup of the night, Hell in a Cell match, the new red Hell in a Cell. Jeff Hardy taking on Randy Orton. You know, a bit of a grudge match right here. This feud's been very intense. You know, both guys going back and forth, just destroying each other with weapons over the past few weeks. It's gotten really personal to this point. I personally wouldn't have put it in a Hell in a Cell, but I guess, you know, it calls for it with all of the things that I just said. I don't know. I just wish there was a championship involved. I think that would add a lot to it. But I did enjoy this matchup. These guys did a pretty good job of telling a great story. There was multiple cool spots in the match. The first one, however, was when there was a ladder upside down. I don't think I'd ever seen this before. Randy Orton scooped up Jeff, threw him in between the ladder upside down, so it's like it snapped together and he broke the brackets that usually support the ladder. Thought that was a great spot. There was another spot where Randy Orton goes outside the ring. He gets a toolbox, guys. He dumps it out on the ground. And he takes a screwdriver and he goes up to Jeff's ear. You know, we've seen this multiple times with, you know, Randy's fingers in between the gauge holes of Jeff Hardy's ear. But he goes up in there with that screwdriver, guys, and he sticks it through the hole. And at first I was like, ah, that's not so bad. And then he twists this thing. He twists it up, and I literally was, you know, cringing. It made me cringe. I thought this was brilliant. Great heel work by Randy Orton. One of the best heels in the world. Definitely one of the best heels of all time. Just showcasing this work. I thought this was excellent between both men. There was another point in the match where Jeff hit Randy Orton with his belt, and the studs on his belt literally gashed him in the back. Like, you could see the stud marks in Randy Orton's back. Another point in the matchup, Jeff Hardy did something with the chair, I believe, to Randy Orton. It sliced his leg up. I believe he is going to have stitches now. You could literally see the meat hanging off of Randy Orton's leg from that slice that he put in it. And then the end of the matchup came where Jeff Hardy set up a table, and then we had a tall ladder and then a shorter ladder. So it was like he was going to do his little leapfrog spot where he jumps over the taller ladder with a leg drop and puts Randy Orton through. But he realized that it was too tall, so he was touching the roof of the cage. So then he knocks, you know, Randy Orton onto the table, and he starts swinging from the top of the Hell in a Cell. He's swinging back and forth, trying to get some momentum. Randy Orton would move, and Jeff Hardy would crash through the table, you know, having a kayfabe injury, and that would be the match 1, 2, 3. Very intense stuff. I thought this was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. You know, it was slow at times, but I think it called for it. I thought the guys told a great story, and I enjoyed it a lot. There was, again, like I said, a lot of good weapon spots, and I enjoyed this match a lot. But Randy Orton does pick up the victory over Jeffrey Hardy, probably writing him off TV for a little bit. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we had the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match between the champion Charlotte Flair taking on my girl Becky Lynch. And I really didn't know how to feel about this match. To me, I mean, we've seen this match so many times before. They really didn't do anything too interesting in this matchup. It was your typical, if anything, to the most, I would say it was an above average SmackDown Live women's match. I mean, I don't know, like typical for these two. I mean, it's better than the average women's match because these two are two of the best in the business. But what I'm saying is nothing too over the top, nothing crazy. But the end of the matchup came very abruptly. I thought that they were just getting into the second gear, and I was enjoying this matchup. And out of nowhere, Charlotte went for the spear. I guess that same spear she hit Asuka with at Mania. And Becky Lynch like reversed it into a roll-up. 1, 2, 3. And my girl Becky Lynch just, you know, reclaims the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And I kind of feel bad for Becky Lynch because literally, guys, they're using her to pretty much put over Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair when it's the time to do so. Like, this is basically nothing because they just took the title off of Charlotte so that you can prevent Charlotte versus Ronda happening at Survivor Series. That is what the whole deal is here. My girl Becky wins the title. Very happy for her. She deserves it, and I hope they give her a nice, long, lengthy run with it since Charlotte's going to win the Rumble and go over to Monday Night Raw and challenge Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. You heard it right here. Charlotte wins the Rumble, fights Ronda Rousey at Mania, and Becky Lynch, give her a lengthy title run, give her some prestige. After the matchup, she did get in Charlotte's face. Charlotte stuck out her hand, you know, going for the good man handshake. Becky Lynch just held the title up in her face, said, no, bro, F you, this is my title. You screwed me over. You pinned me last month, and this is my title now. So I kind of liked it. The crowd loved it. And Becky Lynch is not a heel. Do not book her as a heel. get Charlotte out of here. Becky Lynch all the way. Next up, guys, we did have the Raw Tag Team Championship match between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre taking on Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. And this match was effing fantastic. Are you kidding me, Brad? This is just another freaking reason why you watch this matchup and you say, my God, why can't we have tag team wrestling all the time? Why can't we have good tag team wrestling all the time on Monday Night Raw instead of the same 6 women tags and the B team and the Revival in these 5-minute matches? Like, give us some good quality tag team wrestling. You can see why, like, these matches are so good when you actually give them time. And, I mean, to be fair, I mean, these are 4 of the best workers in the entire company. However, this was a great matchup. I enjoyed every single second of it. Very creative in everything. The booking of this match was terrific. The ending was even better. Dolph Ziggler on the turnbuckle. He is the legal man. Seth Rollins gets the tag. He goes up, and he's going to hit a superplex and then the Falcon Arrow. But when he hits the superplex, he goes for the Falcon Arrow, and as he lifts him up, Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore kick right in the jaw. 1, 2, 3, and Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler do retain the Raw Tag Team Championship match, or titles, and I enjoyed the crap out of this match. I was on the edge of my seat. You know, were they going to give every single member of the Shield a title? And I thought this was excellent. Great booking, great match, great storytelling, just epic stuff. Dean Ambrose looked great. Seth Rollins as always, Ziggler as always, Drew McIntyre as always. Always doing the absolute best in the ring, and I am enjoying the crap out of this, and I enjoyed the crap out of this match, and yeah, this was just great stuff. What do you want to say? But they did retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, my boy. Next up, we had the WWE Championship match between the phenomenal AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe. And, yeah, guys, I enjoyed this matchup. You know, it wasn't my favorite matchup. I mean, it was kind of slow at some points, but they did give us some good things. The end of the matchup was when Samoa Joe, or AJ Styles went for the Phenomenal Forearm. Samoa Joe would catch him in the Coquina Clutch, and he would have him locked up. You know, AJ's trembling, he's trembling, he falls down, he rolls over. Samoa Joe is flat on his back, and he counts to 3, but Samoa Joe thought that AJ tapped, but you couldn't see it until we looked to the other camera angle, and we did see that AJ Styles indeed did tap before the ref counted to 3. So this feud is obviously not over. We're going to see these guys go head-to-head once again, and I think that I don't know. I thought this was a good matchup, but I guess we're going to see these guys go on. And I think that they still haven't given us everything. I still think that these guys could give us an even better matchup. And I hope that they do, you know, leave it all on the line on the next matchup, because I want to see them give it every single thing that they got. You know, 2 of the best workers in the company, 2 of the best on SmackDown Live. I do enjoy this feud, and I love the way they're going with it. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's been a bit personal than the matches show. I feel like Randy and Jeff did a lot better, you know, showing like that personal side, like really wanting to hurt each other. I wish that this feud right here between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles would take that step. I think that would, you know, add a lot more to it. But AJ Styles does retain, and that is what I predicted would happen. So AJ Styles is still your WWE Champion. Next, we had the mixed tag team match between Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan taking on The Miz and Maurice, guys. And I gotta be honest with you, I really don't care anything about this match. I love the feud between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. I mean, who doesn't love this feud? But, I don't know, I just wasn't into it. I'm not big on mixed tag team matches to begin with. Like, when The Miz fought John Cena is my favorite superstar. But, my God, like, I just don't care. There's no, like, I don't know, I'm not motivated by it. I don't care about it. There's nothing important to me to this. I love the result of this matchup, but that finish was totally botched, and I did not enjoy that. I thought that was awful. Maurice, she just does not need to wrestle, guys. I mean, she looked terrible breaking up that pin, or that submission. She looked terrible selling. She looked terrible walking around the ring. I like Maurice as a character, but my God, that was not good stuff. I did not enjoy that at all, and I don't think she needs to wrestle anymore. She needs to definitely just be that manager / you know, just a sidekick to The Miz. Doesn't need to wrestle anymore. I don't know, or just get better. Get in the ring and do better, but Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella would lose on a terrible-looking botched roll-up by Maurice to Brie Bella, and I'm happy with this result. Like I said, I think that Daniel Bryan needs to lose here. He needs to lose at the Super Showdown again and just be at the bottom of the barrel and have The Miz win at Super Showdown, go down to beat AJ Styles, then, you know, Daniel Bryan wins the Rumble, and then we have our WrestleMania matchup. So that's what happens here. Miz defeats Daniel Bryan after Maurice rolls up Brie Bella. Next, we had the Raw Women's Championship match between the champion Ronda Rousey, probably my favorite woman besides Becky Lynch right now in the entire company, against Alexa Bliss. And this match went on way too long. My God, I honestly zoned out for most of it because it was just unbelievable. Like, why is Alexa Bliss beating up on Ronda Rousey? Why is this going this long? I mean, my God, guys, these guys went forever. I was literally waiting on this matchup to end, and I don't know. I mean, I'm glad Ronda Rousey won. She should have won, but I feel like this match went on, again, like I said, way too long. I feel like she should have mashed her in like 25 seconds and moved on with this feud, or not this feud. This feud needs to be dead. This feud needs to be done. Get somebody in here that can actually wrestle a good match with Ronda Rousey, have some believable matchups. Let's do something way different than this. I'm very tired of this feud. I'm tired of this. Just Ronda Rousey, let's just get a new opponent for Ronda Rousey. Let's just move on from Alexa Bliss. She's a great promo. She used to be great, but now we're sick of her not wrestling very well. We need something different. Let's get Ronda Rousey with a good opponent, and Ronda Rousey retains her Raw Women's Championship. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we had our main event, the Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. This matchup was pretty interesting going in. You know, who was going to get involved in this matchup? With the Shield going to help, you know, Roman Reigns? Was Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre going to come to the aid of Braun Strowman? You know, a lot of questions going in here. You know, this is the cash-in, the official cash-in of Braun Strowman. So he cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase here tonight at Hell in a Cell in the main event. This matchup was solid. They used some great weapons. I think they had a lot of good back and forth. I think both of these guys have good chemistry since, you know, we've seen these guys interact so very many times on Monday Night Raw over the past 2 years. So, I mean, they literally have it down pat. But I did enjoy this matchup. You know, there was some cool moments, some cool spots, a lot of weapons thrown around, tables, chairs, kendo sticks, just a lot of great stuff. I did enjoy this matchup, but the main storyline in this matchup was about 3/4 of the way through. Out came Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler to the ring, and you know, they're fighting, and they're trying to get in the cell, and then here comes Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and they're all fighting and stuff, you know, outside the ring. They make their way around. They mess up the announce table a little bit. They climb on top of the cell, and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are all beating the hell out of each other on top of the cell. Very entertaining stuff. I love this so much. You literally did not know what was going to happen. You know, they keep going and then Ziggler and Seth Rollins scale the side of the Hell in a Cell, and they really botched this a little bit. I didn't really like it. I feel like the timing or something was off, but they both end up falling off, and they crash through the announce table. They're just chilling, and then the Beast Incarnate shows up. Guys, Brock Lesnar's music does hit here, and he comes out to the ring, and he beats the shit out of everybody. He's using half-broken tables and smashing them over the back of Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. He literally just destroyed them both. He F5s both of them, and Paul Heyman comes out there. He's cursing out the referees, and Brock Lesnar literally kicked the door down of the Hell in a Cell structure. He throws the door in the ring, tries to set it up in the corner, but it does fall. But anyways, Brock Lesnar shows up. Nobody saw this coming. He beats the hell out of both men, and they end the matchup. They just end the matchup. I thought that was pretty dumb, considering this is no disqualification and everything. I don't know. I didn't like the finish. It just felt really abrupt, and I don't think there was a conclusion, which I do like most of the time, because now you want to watch Monday Night Raw to find out what happens. But I don't know. I just did not like that little part at the end there. But Braun Strowman does, I guess, fail in his cash-in. You know, Brock Lesnar came out and totally cost him the match and ended this matchup. So I guess we'll find out what happens on Monday Night Raw. But that pretty much does it for your Hell in a Cell 2018 full show review. Guys, thank you so very much for watching. This show was solid. I enjoyed quite a bit of the matches, but there was some stuff that I really didn't care for. But I didn't really have any high expectations for this pay-per-view. I literally couldn't give a crap about anything really that went into the show. I'm just not very entertained at the moment with the WWE product, and I hope that it gets better going down the line into Survivor Series. But thank you guys so very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more epic WWE figure videos. Leave a like, comment down below what you thought of Hell in a Cell. Overall, pretty solid show. You know, the tag team match was probably my favorite matchup. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.